3, 2, 1. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Today is Tuesday, September 15th. It is approximately 7:28 p.m. on a beautiful night here in El Paso, Texas.
Beautiful night, dude. It's so nice outside the past few days. Like, I hate talking about weather. I feel like that's like a good, like, shitty way to start a conversation. It's like, dude, it's nice outside, right? You know, but I'm being honest, it's really nice outside. Anyways, continue, Chris.
Anyways, guys, as always, as you may know, Misa's here. Misa, say what's up to the pod.
Yo, what it do?
Also, guys, we're joined by producer of the podcast, Milena. Say what's up, Milena.
Hi, hello.
And also, guys, today for episode 43 of Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, we have a very special guest with us today.
Probably the most special guest we've ever had.
It's so special, I need to get into character for this. So,
please, Chris, please.
In the red corner, fighting out of El Paso, Texas, weighing approximately, I'm going to guess, 135 pounds. Is that okay?
47. Oh, 147 pounds.
147
Come on,
pounds.
dude. It's all muscle, dude. Look at him. It's all muscle. Well, you got to add some pounds on that.
We got DJ El Cucuy Bonds Jr. in the house.
Dang.
What up? Thanks for inviting me.
Dude, a pleasure to have you, man. We've been excited about this ever since. Shout out to Evan Carter. Evan Carter's the one that got us the opportunity to get you in here. And dude, when he gave us that, dude, because we had seen the videos before Evan even told us, you know, and we had heard about you winning and all this, and I was like, when he brought it up, I was like, yo, dude, is this guy for real? He knows Mr. Bounds over here, D Bounds,
Yeah,
the DJ Bounds. El Cucuy Negro. Yeah, get him in here, dude. But thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you taking the time to come out here and making this episode, man, making this happen. I'm excited, dude. Let's get this started.
All right, dude. So go ahead and just tell everybody what it is that you have right in front of you right there. Let them know what type of title belt you got right there.
well, it's the ABF title. It's American Boxing Federation. It's a welterweight title.
Wow.
Nice. So we're definitely going to dive into a little bit about your passion for boxing, how your career has developed, and kind of how you won this thing. But before we do that, just like we do with every podcast, guys, we have a tradition. A tradition unlike any other, where we have to crack our celebratory beer.
Oh,
Cheers to you guys.
cheers.
DJ,
Cheers, guys.
thank you for being on this podcast, man. We really do appreciate it. Drink your water, stay hydrated.
Yes,
You're gonna
stay
need that.
healthy, man. For sure.
But yeah, man, let's get into this podcast. Like I said, number one, thank you for being here. We really do appreciate you coming through, especially after training and coming through to spend some time with us. So tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Tell us about how you got into boxing, and just give the audience a little bit more information about who you are.
I'm from El Paso, born and raised. I got into boxing with a domestic. I was getting abused by my kid's mom.
Oh, wow.
And I realized I was pretty good at defense.
Yes,
Wait
what?
a minute. So this belt is because
Yeah, shout out to the baby mama.
Hey. Wow, dude, that's crazy.
Taught me how to block.
So that's really the way that you kind of got into boxing. Like that was like the reason that you were like, I should probably learn how to do this.
No, all jokes aside, it was, I used to fight on the streets a lot, and I went to court, and I would always see the same judge, and he would tell me the last time, he's like, I'm going to put you on probation, and part of your probation is to get in some kind of boxing or MMA or anything like that. And
Something disciplined?
What's this judge's name? Do you remember his name?
Stephen O'Lee. He's actually from New Mexico.
Okay.
Because I was here and I used to get in trouble a lot. So my mom moved me down to New Mexico, where I started try to bring the street life over there. And yeah.
Wow, dude. Okay, so how old were you when you actually kind of like just started, you know, throwing it down in the streets?
I don't know. Well, being from El Paso and honestly, like being black, you know, especially back in the day, like my nickname was Chocolate Bar.
Oh,
You know, they would say chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was a chocolate bar. So yeah, it was since I was
young, that's cool. So how old were you when this judge pretty much like made you join this boxing stuff?
It's like 16.
Oh wow, so 16 he went from the streets and upgraded, but only
Sir.
because the judge was like, yo dude, you're too good in the streets, man.
Pretty much.
You could do this legally.
Yeah,
You know that, right?
yeah, pretty much.
There's a way.
He's like, you can turn this into a profession and actually win a title belt and make some money. And then look, there you go, man. So that's crazy, dude. That's what's up. You grew up in El Paso. Like, what side of town did you grow up on?
East side.
East side?
East side.
Yeah.
What high school did you graduate from?
I didn't graduate. I went to lunch at Eastwood.
You know what's crazy?
I had to think about it. Did he just say he went to lunch at Eastwood? Wow.
Yeah. When we first, because I'm from New Mexico. I was born here, but I wasn't raised over here. So whenever we first moved to El Paso after I graduated from New Mexico, we would stay Janway, that park right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's right next to Eastwood. Like I could see it from the backyard. Yeah. So like when I first moved here to El Paso for like maybe half a year, that's where we were living. And then we moved to the west side. But yeah, that's the area that we were. I could see it literally from the back.
You probably witnessed a fight or something.
I'm all,
For sure.
he kicked his ass. Did you see?
That's funny.
Yeah, it's crazy how like small the world is. Yeah.
But that's amazing, dude. And from then on, from 16, how long did it take until like your first, like I guess, legal fight?
I want to say it only took a couple months, to be honest with you, because once I got into it and I found something other than getting in trouble and stuff like that, I took it a lot more serious than a lot of my friends did.
Was it something that like right when you joined where you're like, yo, this is my thing? Or was it something that like you thought you should try out and then maybe like?
Yeah, it was just to try it out. But once I get dedicated to something, I could stick with it, and it just happened to be something that pretty much set me to where I am right now.
And also it has to do that you have to be good at it too. You can have the dedication all you want, but it helps when you're good, and when you're carrying the belt.
But there is people that are professionals that have never won a fight and have like 20 losses.
Oh yeah.
So they're really sitting there doing it for the money.
Yeah, I mean that must be hard being like a professional boxer and not having a win to your name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, there has to be something said for those people that they keep going out there fight after fight. They're like, hey, maybe this time, it's going to be
step
different.
back in the ring every time, and I think that's something that like I appreciate when it comes to fighting, boxing, MMA, anything, because like to willingly say I'm going to get my ass kicked as a profession, like it's different than sports because sports, I don't know, maybe there's more of a team. But when it's just you, like you're willingly asking for this ass whooping, you know what I mean?
Don't get me wrong. So there's been plenty of times where I'm looking at the other guy across the corner, and he's all ripped up, and he looks mad, and I'm like, "What am I doing?" He's supposed to kick my ass.
And then that's what I was gonna say, though. I was, when I was younger, I used to look for that. I used to look for the fight. It's just feeling that like, yo, I'm gonna be this tough guy and all this stuff. But as you get older, you get more mature and stuff like that. And I started thinking to myself, like, dude, how dumb was that? Like, even now, like, if I was to train, and be like an MMA fighter or a boxing fighter, dude, I'd be shitting my pants regardless who I'm fighting. I know for a fact, like, dude, this guy trained. This guy gave his time and dedication to try and whip my ass just as much as I've trained to try and kick his ass, And like after me, it's like, no, that's not fair, dude. Like, it's only fair if I have an advantage.
But then it's kind of cool because it's like you both know that you're each asking to whoop each other's ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're
like,
gonna.
I bet I could whoop your ass.
Like, I'm
worse
not.
than you could whoop mine.
But you both know it's gonna happen. Like, there's it's inevitable.
Yeah, there has to be like a certain like gear that you go into like when you're in those situations, because it's not like a natural thing to be put in like a combat situation like that where this guy is literally trying to beat my ass, and either I'm gonna defend it, I'm gonna defend myself and be able to like beat him, or he's just gonna fucking knock me out.
No, but I think it's different, especially like in his position, because I could be in a position to where like, yo, if I don't defend myself, he's gonna kick my ass. But he's in another position to where like not only do you have to defend yourself, but beat his ass, make him tap out, make him quit, knock him out, somebody has to come up number one, dude, and I couldn't do that, dude. I like cheap shots.
Nisa's idea of a fight is like being at the bar and some girls like hitting on like his wife or his friend's girlfriend, and then Misa just like sizes them up.
Saves the day jumping off the table.
No. Misa like will go the worst way about it. He'll buy him a beer.
Yeah.
He'll sit him down. He'll talk to him.
Make friends with him first. Get him a couple of shots. Get him drunk.
Yeah,
first,
and then when the guy's least expecting it, just be like, wow.
That's the only way, dude.
So,
that's the only way.
one of the things I'm studying is like neuroscience, which is the brain in your freaking spinal cord. Do you feel a difference now that like you've taken control of this like energy that you have, instead of like someone messes with you and you're like ready to go, where you're constantly not really on edge, but do you feel like you have more?
It's like self-control.
I guess you could say self-control, but do you find more peace in it now? Like in the sense of like, this is what you're training to do. This is like cathartic part of it now. This isn't like waking up and figuring out what the fuck's going to happen, like survival mode. You know what I mean? Like, do you feel more in control, or do you appreciate that aspect now?
Yeah, actually I feel like I'm more in control, because I guess back then you could say like if somebody would approach me trying to fight, I was all for it, but now it's kind of like I laugh it off because I'm like, you don't even know who I am. I'll really hurt you. You know what I mean? So it's kind of just a joke.
Especially when you call yourself El Cucuy. El Cucuy Negro. See, like I was telling Chris earlier, man, like that's like a really good like nickname, like fighting nickname to have, because like let's say you know, I never would, but you know, let's say we fight and I lose, which I probably would, for sure I would. I wouldn't tell nobody that I just got my ass beat by El Cucuy Negro. You know, especially not here in El Paso. Everybody knows him. For those that don't know what El Cucuy is, it's like, how would you explain it? It's like the boogeyman.
It's the boogeyman. Yeah, it's like the Spanish like translation of like the boogeyman. Like when you're growing up, like especially like in the Mexican culture, your family will use El Cucuy to try to scare you. Like, don't go over there. Like El Cucuy's over there. He's gonna pop out of the woods and fucking grab you. You know what I mean?
But this is like real life. That's what I'm saying. Like, well, this is not just like a mythical creature. This is like, movie. And not Shazam, but he's a champ.
Well, this is like El Cucuy personified with a actual boxing championship displayed right in front of him. Like,
yeah, it's different now.
So it makes it a little bit more real. You're like, man, I'm just
saying,
listen to my parents
just saying,
a little bit
like,
more now.
It would come out of El Paso. You know, which is good, man. What made you choose that nickname? Or have you had it for a while? Did somebody give it to you? How did that nickname come about?
Did a friend like say like, hey, dude, I think this is like a good nickname for you, or was this something that you thought of on your own?
In the shower, just chilling.
Well, in English, most of my friends would call me Ghost because I'll be at a party and I'm kind of antisocial, so I'll just end up disappearing. Where did he go? You know, so
he's all chilling, eating chips, hanging out.
I'll just be gone the next moment. So I started fighting in Mexico, and all the kids, for some reason, they showed me a lot of love there. They met me for the first time. They go group of kids, and they're like, they didn't know my name, so they're like, El Negrito.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, well, they can't call me that, you know.
Yeah.
So I brought my English to Spanish and kind of just mixed it up together.
Right.
That's good.
That's good. Do you know Spanish? Is your Spanish good?
I know a little bit. If you talk real slow to me, I'll be able to understand. But if you're just, I can't.
It's very hard, especially a lot of Spanish speakers.
I'm the worst Mexican ever. We'll get with it. We'll learn.
Yeah,
this guy, he speaks a good amount. I mean, he's fluent, but this guy, he speaks a good amount.
My Spanish is okay. We're not.
No, it's not. Chris.
Yeah, we're not gonna. No. She's over here bragging about it. I'm not gonna do that.
That's because that's your girlfriend. That's your girlfriend. Of course, she's gonna brag.
My Spanish is better than hers.
That's why she's bragging about it.
But it's nowhere near like fluent Spanish. Like, it needs a lot of work.
All I gotta say is que ustedes valen verga con el español.
I have proof.
Hold on. Let me say it slowly. Valen verga.
Hater.
Anyways,
all right,
but that's good, dude. That's a good story of like, you know, going over to Mexico. It's thanks to those little Mexican kids out there, dude.
Shout out Mexican kids.
Shout out to them, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so actually that fight that I saw, I told you I was watching it. It's on Facebook. You can check it out if you follow his page. Go DJ Bonds on Facebook. If you scroll down, probably like I think it's like the 4th or 5th post that's on there, you'll see that he's tagged in a bunch of different videos, and pictures, and this was a fight that was out in Chihuahua, right?
Yes, sir.
How did that fight come together? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I'm in connection with a couple promoters and managers, matchmakers. So it's just about connection. In this sport is who you know.
Who you know.
It's all about who you know.
That's what helps you get onto like the card, right?
Yes, sir.
That way you can so that it wasn't in Juarez. You said it was where in Chihuahua?
Casa Grande.
Okay.
Casa Grandes. Oh,
Do you know where that is?
I don't, but I've heard of it.
Okay, I have no idea.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's about 4 hours away from here.
Okay.
4 or 5 hours.
And you guys drove out there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it was cool because if you guys go watch this video on Facebook, they have a camera guy that's ringside, and it's pretty legit. They have their referee. They have
looks good.
everything that you would like see in a normal boxing environment. But what I liked about it was that it was outside.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And-
Man. Being outdoors.
Yeah.
Is it a big difference, like fighting indoors? Like, is your training difference when it comes to like fighting outdoors and indoors?
It's probably the noise, no? Like
I really don't. When you're fighting, you're really not supposed to pay attention like to that type of stuff. But to say like cardio and all that, like
Yeah.
I like to fight outside and do things outside because the earth breathes for you a little bit. You know? So
Definitely.
instead of being inside where they got a room temperature or something like that, you're outside where it actually catches some air.
So
That
in
makes
some sense,
sense.
you prefer fighting outdoors, like in the scenery like that?
I mean,
As long as you
it
win,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, as long as you win.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll fight anywhere. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, it was cool. And like, we were checking out that fight, and I noticed like it was like a real like it was like a social gathering in a way, because there's people like posted up on the side. Who was it that you were fighting in that match or in that bout?
I forgot his name right off top.
It's all right, dude. You were only there for that belt. That's all that matters, dude.
I think his name was Ever Caballos or something like that.
Yeah, it was Ceballos was the last time.
Yeah,
I remember that. And I think it ended in like the second round, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
dude.
so-
That's what we were talking about, dude. Second round. It's the second round.
Yeah, you knocked him out, but the way you knocked him out was like he was still standing when you hit him, because like he didn't really fall down.
Yeah.
But he was stunned, like
Yeah, you could tell right away this guy's not gonna fight. If he's gonna do anything, he's just trying to protect himself.
Yeah.
He was like at the end of his line with that. That was a clear knockout right there. It's like, dude, if this guy wouldn't have been stopped, this guy would have probably would have woken up like a week later or something.
I mean, I was happy to cut it short, but I trained too hard for it to just.
I was gonna ask you.
rounds,
Actually, I was gonna ask you in the situations, man. You trained. You said you trained before this podcast started. I asked you, and you said it took about 3 months
Yes, sir.
for that fight to happen, and then so you take all these 3 months. I'm sure it's like, giving all the dedication that you have, your time. That's all you're going for. That's all you're thinking about, and then you get to this fight, and it's over, and not even 2 whole rounds. Does that make you feel that like, oh, that was too easy? Or does that make you feel like because I trained all this long, it should have gone a little bit longer? Or?
I mean, for the experience, I wanted it to go longer, but for it to be cut that short, it's like we're doing something right.
Yeah,
You know what I
definitely.
mean? We're doing something right.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to feel some reassurance to know, like, because it's, to my understanding, that's the only fight you trained for, right? Like that was the end game, right? So it's like you went hard as fuck for that whole time, and then like cool, like, you know what I mean? Kind of like not a swift kill, but like cool, like I know I'm doing some shit right. Yeah, like an extra affirmation.
And then for it to be on live for everybody to see and everything, I'm like, I'm glad he didn't catch me with that.
Yeah. Dude, that's for sure. And I remember when Evan Carter shared it, and we started watching it.
Too.
And I thought the same. Like, it took longer for the fight to start than for the whole fight to actually happen.
That's
true.
Which is good, but it just makes me think too. Like, I've always thought that question. Like I asked you, like, do these athletes, do they get upset at the fact that, you know what, man, I gave all these time and month, and then bam,
because you're ready for a match.
You want it to last. You want those 3 months to be worth it, but it is worth it when you destroy your opponent in 2 rounds.
Yeah, but to be honest, it's a good thing also because I'm already looking for another fight. So I didn't have no damage.
Onto the next one. You're ready to You're ready to go. You're ready to start training. Like, so how many rounds was that bout scheduled for originally?
8.
8? Damn, dude. So he only made it a fourth of the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn, that's what's up, But I mean, like
that's
you
what
said,
happens when you fuck with El Cucuy.
well, dude, I'm telling you, if I was a boxer and I ended a fight in 2 rounds, I'd be like,
I'd retire.
It's
I'd be
over,
like,
you
yo,
know
I'm
what
the
I mean?
best. And then I have the belt, dude. I'd be like, all right, dude, I'm done.
Yeah.
So the good thing is that like you're not really losing any training time because you're already preparing for another fight, right? So when you choose sports like this and you choose to be this athlete, like I imagine you put your body through a fuckload. Like, what's your healing like? What's your recovery routine, like your self-care routine? Like, you know what I mean? To like just bring yourself a little bit of like comfort because you're training hard every fucking day.
Yeah. You know, honestly, I just feel like if you want something, you're gonna find a way to get it done.
Yeah.
You know, just like how you guys got this set up. You know, if you want something, you just do it. You know, you have no excuses. A lot of people have excuses, and that's why I feel like a lot of people have envy and things like that because they everybody has a dream.
Yeah.
But who's really gonna sit there and dedicate their time and actually put in the work? Yeah. You know, so that's why I feel like there's a lot of haters out there because they want things, but they don't want to work for it.
You know, a lot of
people do it.
A lot of people should see it, like you said, a dream. And a dream is gonna stay a dream unless you do something and make it happen. And honestly, man, I had, and I talked to my wife about it too. When I watch like boxing matches or MMA fights, I always tell her like, dude, look, these guys look physically like athletes. These guys are the top of the line athletes, but I think it's harder when it comes to like that mentality that you have, you know, of like, you can have the best, you could be in the best shape of your life, but if you don't have that strong mentality of like not quitting and keep it going, stuff like that, that's what, if you don't have that, it don't matter how tough, how big, how strong, how fast you are, that shit don't mean nothing, you know? And I think that carries around with like anything you do in life, especially with boxing, man. That's why I was like, yo, dude, the fact for this guy, you know, to do all this and then kill this dude in 2 rounds and then be ready to go for this other fight.
I'd imagine there's a lot of ego.
He didn't kill him. So I mean,
2 rounds, might as well be dead.
I know, but the way you're saying, in 2 rounds, this guy was dead.
Think about it, dude. 2 rounds, dude. Like even me with a gun, I don't know if I could, you know, win a fight with a gun in 2 rounds.
With literally using 2 rounds.
Yeah, literally using 2 rounds. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, that was a bad. That's funny. All right. So one last thing I wanted to talk about that fight in Chihuahuas because like we noticed that you came out to the Suavemente song. Was that by choice or was that
my choice?
Suavemente.
I love that song.
Okay, so
one of the only ones.
Misa has a backstory about that song, right?
If I knew how to dance, I would have probably would in there.
Hey, look, that's the thing about like when I found out because he sent me the rundown, and I didn't really notice that you came out to that song, and I love that song, dude. I grew up to that song and stuff, but it's very important to me because that's the song that started off everything with me and my wife.
Oh,
you know, we used to work together, and we were at a bar, and then the song came up, and because she was standing next to me, I just grabbed her hand. And I took her out to dance, you know, and that was our first kiss as well and everything. So, you know, that was in our wedding. We danced to it. So
he knew what he was doing. I love that song. It makes me move. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, you're gonna dance. Yes.
Yeah, that's just like a traditional like party song that like you'll hear like and everybody like it comes on and boom, the whole place is rocking. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was one of the things I noticed and I was like, dude, that's a cool song to come out to, Suavemente. Like, you know what I mean? Because that's unique. Like a lot of boxers are not going to come out to something like that.
Yeah, so
most of them come out to like some hip hop.
Is that what you're thinking? Is that the song that you're thinking about when you're like fighting this guy? Like it's just dancing and trying to be all smooth. Like, yo,
he knows the whole song.
2 rounds later, the song's not even done yet, and this guy's done. Love it. I love it.
That's why he won. That was the real reason why he won.
God bless.
Yeah, he changed the song.
I like that one.
So, like, you talked a little bit about growing up here in AP and then the cultural differences, obviously. So now that you're older and you found some love, like through boxing with the city, do you feel like there's a difference now? Do you feel more bridge culturally, or is it still kind of the same? Like,
I mean, it kind of goes back to the question you asked before. It's like you you get used to it. You know, you're gonna find people that like you and people that dislike you.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Exactly. So I just try to, being from here, even though I'm black, like even on my hat I have the Mexican. You know what I mean? Because it's like I'm from here. You know, so it's like I have no problems with Mexicans. A lot of them don't have problems with me. You know.
Yeah.
I actually get more love from Mexicans than I do my own race. So you know, I'm like.
It's just interesting, like how.
Hey, it's just real quick, not to cut you off, but what he said about like Mexicans showing our love, I think that goes all around any Mexican.
Yeah, I feel like for sure.
Like for some reason, like the culture is like
hospitable and like, I mean, for sure, I see that within my family, especially because like my grandma and my grandpa like full blown Mexican. You know what I mean? But like. It makes me laugh because when I see El Paso as like a city now, and that's like the common factor between like Latin Americans, Mexican Americans, Hispanics, Chicanos, whatever, you know, they class, there's mad love, you know? So I don't know. It's unfortunate that like there is such strong cultural differences because you would think minorities would climb together and like understand, but it's unfortunate. People are going to hate no matter what.
Yeah, I think it's a generation thing, you know. Now that the older that we get, then you know, everybody's, I feel like, it's coming together, even though there's a lot of stuff going on now.
Well, it sounds really.
I think it's coming. You know, a lot of stuff is happening now because of the generations, like you said. Like now, the new generation is coming along to where, like, you know, we don't approve of how people used to live back then, of how shit used to be. So now this new generation is coming. So all this things popping up. You know, there's more awareness for people to notice all this stuff, and I love it, dude. I fucking love it.
I think it's crazy too, because it's like even. Like, if you think about our generation, like, we've witnessed a lot change when it comes to, like, family, culture, upbringing, like, what family's supposed to look like, what education's supposed to look like, and now what it is now, it's, like, completely different, you know? Like, you see it, and, like, I have uncles who are married, and when we talk about things, like, they remind me, because they've been married my whole life, and it's like, that's fucking crazy. Like there was a time where people like didn't want them together and they're still alive. Like they're not that much older than me. They're my uncles. I talk to them like they've lived through this. So it's crazy. Like time really hasn't gone by that fast, but then it has. You know what I mean? Like when you look back and you're like, holy fuck, it's been 10 years because you've been boxing for what, like a decade now? So it's like when you first journeyed into this, I don't know, but did you think like 10 years from now, I'm still going to be doing this? That was the hope. But did you envision yourself 10 years from now still doing this?
To be honest, I did. A lot of people didn't though. You know, I would go to different coaches that I see nowadays and they're like.
But you did.
Yeah. They would tell me, they're like, well, I don't want you to waste my time. Are you really going to be here? And I'm like, yeah. And they'll just turn me away, you know? So now that I see them and they see me at fights, you know, at different events, and I'm like, still here.
What's up?
I don't know if you remember me, but I remember you. You know?
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what's crazy too is no matter what your journey is, like you're always going to remember those people that didn't take a chance on you. And it's like at the end of the day, if you're not going to do it on yourself, like who will?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. So we're approaching the 29-minute mark here. We're going to take a break in a little bit. But before that, I just wanted to shout out our boy Evan Carter really fast for hooking this up with this connection. Real fast, DJ, how do you know Evan Carter?
Boxing. I met a lot of people through boxing. He would come on, he would train, and
dude, what? Evan Carter, that 7'9" dude?
He beat me up a couple times. I think that's why he hooked me up with y'all. He's like, you know what? I have to do something for you.
Bro, he's so big. Like boxing, that guy is different.
But the thing about Evan, and I've said it before when we had our podcast with him, is he's such a nice guy. You would have never thought that, like, you see him and he's so tall and he comes up to you and he's like, hey, what's up, Mesa? And he starts hugging you and stuff.
He's like a kind giant.
Yeah, he's a very kind guy. So you know, for him, for Mr. DJ to say that he was into boxing, dude, I was like, I don't believe that, dude. Well, he must have paid you to say that for sure. That's for sure. He's like, hey, yo, dude, yo, dog, I got you a podcast, you know, but you got to tell them that I beat you up at one point.
Well, it's because Evan's like super nice, but like when it gets competitive, that's when like he can show like his aggression. You know what I mean?
That's definitely you.
So
let's do some thoughts from the shower real quick.
Well, I didn't have it in here, but are you gonna do it?
Yeah, let's do it. I got it ready for us, man.
Right.
I want to see what Mr. Bonds over here
Okay,
thinks.
so let me give Mr. Bonds a rundown of what this thoughts from the shower segment is.
Yeah.
So the thoughts from the shower segment is Misa will give you thoughts that he had while he was in the shower, and then after that, we're gonna break them down. And usually the thoughts are mind blowing. They're really deep rooted in the shower. I guess that's where Misa comes up with them. So we'll do the thoughts from the shower segment with Misa. Misa, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah. Here we go. I love getting in the shower with this song, dude. It's good. It feels good, dude. But you're having a hard day at work. Anyways, guys. Hey. Is the S or the C silent in scent? Hey. If two mind readers read each other's minds, whose mind are they reading? Hey. Would Lightning McQueen get car insurance or life insurance?
Straight up.
Okay, so those are Misa's shower thoughts. Which one do you guys want to break down first? I think we should break down the last one first, the Lightning McQueen one. Go ahead and repeat it, Misa.
Life.
Would Lightning McQueen get car insurance or life insurance? Life insurance?
Life.
So what if he gets in a car accident but he don't die? Hey,
That's true.
This is why I think about it in the shower. I don't know how you heard, but that's what I think about every single time I'm wiping my ass.
No.
I say car insurance.
I say life.
I say both. Why can't you get both, right? Allstate.
Oh my God.
Are you in good hands?
You're in good hands.
Yeah, dude, definitely.
The second thought was, what was the second thought?
I don't remember.
No, the first one, let's go back to the first one. Is the S or C silent in scent? What do you think? What do you think, DJ? Which one's the silent one?
All the above.
I would say S, maybe.
Because I'm trying to think.
Scent.
Scent. S-C-E-N-T. Scent. Is the S or the C silent?
C.
Yeah, let's see.
The C
Because
silent?
if the S was silent, it would be sent like a.
Like scent?
Like
Yeah.
to.
But if the S was
said
silent, it would say
something.
scent.
Okay. Because look,
It's the same way either way.
it's
It's either scent
It's just, I guess it just depends what you're trying to
it sounds
spell.
different.
scent.
Because it's like scent.
Or scent. What I was thinking about, after I got out of the shower and I dried myself, I think really hard about this. And then, of course, I had to get a little bit of help of some medical marijuana over in New Mexico because that's where it's legal. But I was thinking to myself at the end of the day, I was like, yo, it's just all depends of what you're trying to spell. But if you're trying to spell and pronounce scent, S-C-E-N-T, that's fucked up. That's just somebody that's trying to start an argument. That's my whole deal.
English is so whack sometimes. Like if you think about the way, like the rules and the contradictions, and it's like, why?
Okay, what was the last thought from the shower, Misa?
The last one was if two mind readers read each other's minds, whose mind are they reading?
That's some X-Men shit.
Each other's mind? Like themselves' mind? Like,
Aren't they,
Well,
aren't they just
because-
reading each other's minds? Because it's like
let's say me and you are mind readers.
No,
and then,
they're
like,
just
we're trying
talking to
read
each other. They're just talking to each other
No.
without like, you know what I
That
mean?
makes sense.
he's like, yeah.
Like it would be like our mouths aren't moving, DJ and I, but like we're talking to each other with our
No,
head.
I don't.
Yes, I understand that, but the question is, whose mind are they reading? If you're a mind reader and he's a mind reader and you both are trying to read each other's mind at the same time, whose mind are you reading?
Maybe they just read their own mind.
But that's why I'm saying it would just become a conversation. Because that's what like thoughts are.
All right, Lena, are you a mind reader? No, that's what I thought. Anyways, guys, so
Whatever.
those are thoughts from the shower with myself. Thank you, guys.
I'm out.
Okay, one last thing I wanted to ask Mr. DJ over here before we go to break. On the way here, DJ, what happened to you, man? What? Me and Misa were waking.
Dude,
we
I
were
seriously
joking
felt
around.
so bad. I felt so bad when he showed
We were
me that
joking
picture.
around. We were
I was
here.
very worried.
We were set up, and then you had texted me. You're like, "Hey, I just left training. I'm on the way." And then we were sitting here, and we're like, "Dude, I wonder if like everything's okay." And then Misa's like, Maybe he got pulled over. And then 5 minutes later, guys, I kid you not, I get a messenger message, and it's a picture of the state trooper lights in your rear view mirror.
So what's gonna happen is once this is over, he's gonna kick your ass.
For getting on the speeding ticket.
I got a chat. It was a black police officer.
There you go.
And that's like, oh, I hate it.
Hey, you got a W today, bro. Hell yeah. That's what's up. All right, guys. So we're going to take a break.
Wait. I just got a message from my brother who he knew who you were, and he wanted me to ask you this question. He wanted me to ask you about what your thoughts are, who you're picking over Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr.
I feel like Mike Tyson could knock Roy Jones out, but I feel like if Roy Jones has enough energy, he's going to outbox him.
He's going to take it to the long distance, the endurance.
Yeah. So, and you know he's going to be.
If you had to put your money down on one of them, which one would it be? $5, dude, not that much. Just $5. Mike Tyson.
we won't try to take it for a lot, promise.
All right, so that's coming from a fellow boxer. He's choosing Mike Tyson in that one. Okay, so that's what's up. I feel you. Thank you for that. But yeah, guys, let's take this break. Episode number 43, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, featuring our boy DJ Bonds Jr. Hey, ready to get it on, ready to rumble, as they say. So we're going to take a quick break, guys. But before we do that, like I said, go follow us on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook, check out our boy DJ Bonds, go DJ Bonds.
YouTube,
like I said, Apple Music or Apple Podcast, Spotify, Anchor app. Make sure you guys check us out on all those platforms. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we are back from our break, episode number 43, featuring our boy DJ Bonds Jr. in the house once again. Hey. Once again, dude, I just want to thank you for being on the podcast today.
Thank you for the invite.
We really appreciate it. I'm having a good time. What do you guys think? How's the vibe been today?
Dude, I've been having a good time, but I get scared every time you press that freaking bell, dude. I keep an eye on Mr. Bonds over here, dude. El Cucuy, because you never know, dude. Maybe it's just instinct, too. You know, like he's been training this whole long, and you just go like that, and yo, dude, he could just turn, dude. I don't know, dude. With a champ like that, dude, he's got a belt to defend. You don't mess like that, dude. Take that off.
All right, guys. So make sure you guys go follow our boy. It's Go DJ Bonds on Facebook. Go check him out. See what he's about, and then he's gonna be on there. He'll update you with upcoming fights and things like that. So make sure you guys go check him out.
There's a date coming up soon. I saw. There's a date coming up soon, so you guys stay tuned. You know, date coming up, dude. Hey. There
you go. So. We did have one question for you since you do box, so I guess this is kind of an obvious question. Yes, look at this. Oh, that's a title belt right there.
I just thought maybe his pants were that heavy.
No. That's the American Boxing Federation.
Clean as fuck.
Welterweight.
Dude, did you carry
championship belt?
Were you able to? Did he let you touch it earlier?
Yeah.
He let you touch it? Because he let me carry it, and that shit is heavy, dude.
Dude, it's heavy, dude.
Like, do you train with that on? Dude, that's why he's such a good shit, dude. That's what he does.
All right, so because you're a boxer, I want to ask you, who's your favorite boxer of all time?
Mayweather.
Money Mayweather?
Money Mayweather.
Hey, you know what? That's a good boxer to look up to, bro. He's been super successful.
Dude, I got to say, dude, you know, when I was younger, I used to hate him just because so many people hate him, you know. Just because you want to see someone that's doing so good, that's never lost. You want to see him lose, you know. And plus, he fights against, you know, Oscar De La Hoya and, you know, being from El Paso. That's all it is. You hear De La Hoya and you're like, yo, that's my man. You know, like, it's like, no, De La Hoya, like the manteca De La Hoya. No, dude, no. Oscar De La Hoya. Anyways. Nah, dude, but anyways. But as I got older, dude, and seeing it, like, you know, business wise, and if you're there to win, you know, like the winner is the winner is the top. No matter how you win, I used to think like, dude, it's kind of cheating. His defense, like, no, this guy came out looking better than, you know, when he came in, you know, like just because he just broke a sweat and it's just like the light, you know, the glare on his face. You know, I was like, yo, dude, this guy right here, you know, like, but at the end of the day, now that I got older, I'm like, yo, dude, that's smart.
Smart.
That's like that's still boxing. How can you beat that? If you can't beat that, you know, get the fuck out of here. Next.
It's technical. You're being mad at somebody for being good at their job.
Yes, dude.
They're like, sorry that like I don't want to get hit and I'm good at like avoiding it and I'm good at like on the counterattack. Like,
dude,
sorry,
no, but it's
bad.
more. The thing is, it's like he takes it beyond that. It's like some of these boxers get hit at least once. You know, like there's only like 2 or 3 videos that I've seen, you know, where this guy actually got really hit and rocked. There's some that is like barely grazed him, you know, like.
Has there ever been a time where you were just like knocked on your ass and you were like,
I quit.
I need a second. I'm going to get back up. But like it registered that you just got a good one. Yeah?
Yeah, it's happened a couple times.
What was your toughest fight?
My toughest fight was probably, I don't know. All of them are tough, even the ones I win. You know, you go in there and
you don't know what to expect.
Each fight's like its own like individual battle.
Yeah, you can't clump them together.
So like if you can, and I don't know if you can do this, but like what's like your mindset when you're like standing in the ring, like this shit's about to start? Like what's like going on in your head at that point?
I mean, when I first started, I was nervous. Like,
were you scared? Like I'd be so scared.
I'm scared right now.
I'm scared right now.
Yeah. I'm scared right now.
I mean, there's times where I'll say the first time I ever knocked somebody down, I was fighting. I knocked him down. I got so excited. I'm all jumping around like, yeah, I got him, you know. Then I look back at him. He got up, and I'm like, damn, now he's mad. He's mad as hell.
I made it worse.
Yeah. Bro, he really wants to kick my fucking ass out. God damn it.
So there's ups and downs when it comes to that.
Is it more of like, is it more for you? Is it more of a physical type of game or more mental?
Mental, definitely.
Dude,
definitely mental.
Definitely mental.
For sure, it's got to be mental because it's like you already understand yourself on the physical side and like you trust your training and everything like that. But like mentally, you got to be ready to like, this guy might get me, bro, and I need to like. You
mentally got to know you're about to get your ass kicked, like, and you asked for it.
Yeah, and if he rocks me and gets me good, like I need to be able to like, you know, pick myself back up and get back in there. You know,
I don't even know if I would be like.
I don't know.
Like if people, like let's say I was a boxer.
You would be the worst. Like,
I'd be the worst, but dude. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Dude, I'm like the most like unconfrontational person like you'll ever meet.
Ever.
Like I'm just like, dude, it's not a big deal. Like whatever, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like dude,
you could be like, yo, Chris, give me your fucking money right now.
Give me all
your fucking, and Chris is like, dude, it's not even a big deal, bro. Here, take it. Like, I'm not even gonna fight you, dude.
I don't know why.
You want to drink a beer too? Like, you know,
why don't we just hit this hole? Like, chill.
Yeah, but it's like it's funny because like to hear me saying like, oh, like this is what boxing would be like. It's like, dude, I would never, dude. It's crazy. I don't have that like. I don't know. I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? I'm like too much of a pussy for sure. I would say.
I mean, have you ever tried?
Dude, I've never. Well, okay, I never tried, but remember that one time.
Wait, that's never even good.
Hold on.
Okay. Do you want me to tell him?
No. Well, what time are you thinking about?
The boxing.
At the rec center.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, we're on the same.
Wait, Lena, you knocked him out, Lena?
No, we're on the same page here. Okay, look. One time we were at the rec center, and it was like for Easter or some shit. Or there was a festival or something was going on.
You guys are definitely not on
I'm not going to tell the real reason.
Oh, okay.
I was there for a realer reason, but we're not going to get into that.
We'll tell you after.
Realer reason.
We'll tell you later.
That's for another podcast.
Yeah, we'll tell you everything after.
Yeah, maybe sometime in the future.
Keep it going.
Anyway,
keep it going.
We're at this rec center, and this guy who owns a boxing gym is there. And he's there, and he's got gloves, and he's got the sparring equipment. And everything you need, the vest, everything. And he's just there asking people, hey, do you guys want to like practice sparring with me? Like he's trying to recruit people to join his gym because he teaches boxing and gives lessons. You know what I mean? So nobody was down, and he asked me, And I'm like, dude, I was like, fuck you, dude. Like, I felt bad. Like, nobody.
No, dude, check it. He came home and he was like, I think I'd be down for boxing. And I just looked at him and I was like,
I swear to God, because like what he
here.
did. Okay, so what happened was he put some gloves on me. He put a vest on me. He had the pads, the sparring pads, right? And like he taught me, like he's like, when I do this, it's jab. When I do this, like you hook. When I do this, you like duck. You know what I mean?
some basics.
He taught me the basics. And then I was on there, dude, and I was there fucking
Did you
dipping, dodging, weaving, bro.
He was
hitting
feeling
pedals.
himself.
The whole
was
time
like-
he's thinking like, this is what Muhammad Ali felt.
No, but, dude, okay.
Yo,
Dude, the funniest thing about this is because in my head, I'm like, damn, I'm moving real quick. Like, you know, like in my head, I swear.
You know what?
I
No,
swear.
listen.
And I think I might have told Lena this. Like,
He told me.
like I was like, I'm like,
No.
like,
Yes.
yeah, you get that adrenaline
Yeah,
to
dude.
where like you're like, yo,
No.
I'm the next Rocky.
Because he was like, I
So you
think
came
I'm
to
down.
Lena like, yo, Lena,
He
I'm
was-
telling you right now, I'm the next
It's
champ.
not that expensive. Like, if we both do it, we'll get in shape. Like, you know, he'd give us a
dude.
deal. But then, and he did, he was like, I felt pretty good.
okay. But the funniest thing about
And he's
it,
telling you this at Burger King while he's having a double cheeseburger with a bacon.
I think we were drinking.
Right?
Yeah, I think we were
Oh,
drinking.
shit.
With a beer in the side.
Yeah.
look. I have the fucking video here.
No.
Show him.
What?
I have it
Show
right
him.
here.
Send it.
Show him. Oh,
Send
send it.
Okay,
Send
no,
it.
hold on. This, okay. Yeah, I have it right here. Okay, so look, let me finish my thought.
Send it. Send it.
In
so we
my
can put it up.
fucking, in my head, I think I'm moving quick as fuck, bro.
He's like,
When you see the video, I'm
Send it.
moving so slow.
Send it, Chris.
Hold
How
on.
do we look at it?
No. I'm not gonna send it. I'm gonna pass it to DJ real fast just so he can look at it. And
Oh, let him decide.
yeah.
If you were his coach
Like,
and that's
No,
all you
no.
had, DJ, what would you tell him after seeing that video?
this is it right here, dude. Look, check this out. Hey, and you can honestly grade me on my moves for sure. I mean, I thought I was like a C
Hey,
minus.
I gotta ask, were you hurting the next day?
yeah.
Yeah, he was hurting the next
All
day for
right,
sure.
dude, check it out. Here it is. You break it down. Break down my technique.
Oh my god, look at him.
He's I don't know, man.
Look, he's about to throw up, dude. He's like,
Dude,
that's,
in my head, I'm moving quick, bro.
that's disgusting. That's a disgrace.
That's the best.
The funny part is the guy on the side, he's looking like, what?
That's how bad it is. Dude. That's how other people got it.
He's like, this is supposed to be impressive? Like, this is not
And
impressive.
this whole time, Chris is like, I'm fucking fast, dog. Look at me.
Bro, I thought I was going to knock someone out at some point.
But you know what? You bring your hands up.
Hey, yeah, that's what he told me. He's like, dude, you do that really well. I was like,
Well, yeah, that's all I do. I don't fight back. It's just, I'm trying to avoid. Shit.
okay.
I just remember, like, in
Oh,
my
that
head,
shit
I'm
was
like,
hilarious.
this dude's serious. Like, you know, because
So what happened? Wait. So what happened after all this? What
Nothing.
happened? What?
Nothing. That
Nothing.
was it. It just died out right there.
Like the next day, Chris is just hurting. And
it's
I'm
like,
oh, fuck
you
that.
know those times where, like, you say things like, oh,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to do this or
Every
whatever.
day.
And I
Yeah.
was like,
every day.
all
Just
right,
ask my
well, like,
wife.
holler at me. Let me know what's up. And
Didn't happen.
Yeah. Just
All
ask
right,
my wife,
so-
dude. Every day.
You
Every fucking day. Sorry, baby.
Dude, you keep hitting your face on the mic and it's
It's not my
hilarious.
face, Chris. Chill.
That shit
the
was,
headphones.
oh, sorry, that shit was hilarious. Okay, anyway, so one of the things we talked about, DJ, before we did this podcast, we had talked about like your community outreach, things you like to do to give back. Can you give us a little bit more of an explanation on that?
It's something I just like to do, to be honest with you. It's nothing that too special or anything like that. What I do is if I have extra money for the fight after I pay all my bills and stuff, I'll go. And I'm the type of person to look at homeless people and I feel bad. Or, you know, not even just homeless. Like, my next project was to do something for, like, okay, I have to tell you a story.
Okay.
Just to kind of
Yeah, yeah,
explain
yeah.
Do it,
myself.
do it.
Whatever
I had
you'd
a
like to
fight.
share.
And I was in the back and went to the restroom and I was changing or whatever. And there was a kid, he had like Down syndrome. You know how you can see it in their face.
Right,
you know?
right.
He was just staring at me and I'm like, you know, kind of just doing my thing. And I could see him. And he walks up to me and he says it clear. You know, you would think that they had like kind of a slur or something like that. And he's like, I wish I can do what you're doing. You know what I mean? But I'm just trapped in this body. You know, just talking to me like how we're talking, you know, and you would think that he wouldn't be able to say something like that just by looking at him. So it was like, it just made it humbled me, you know, and it made me realize like how blessed people are and don't even realize it, you know, because he was really like trapped inside of a body but his mind was there. You know?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to give back to like go to a children's hospital next, do something. But to be honest with you, like not being rich or anything, it's like most people would do it and give back a whole bunch of money or something. But you know, it's something that I had to put thoughts into and figure out what I can do to give back to them. You know what I mean?
I think one of the things that like is very, when you choose to give something to other people, it's like one of those things that it reminds you like where you come from too. Like it's not just about feeling good and stuff, like that's great. But I think it's just one of those things that you realize like if I have stuff, whether it be my time, my money, in whatever shape or form, like it's a very pure thing to want to still give back instead of like complacency where you're like, okay, I've got my shit done. I paid my bills. I'm going to chill and I'm going to just save it, you know, or vice versa. Like I have an extra couple days, like I'm going to go do this and help somebody. Like, you know, I feel like it keeps you kind of at center because you're constantly aware of things greater than yourself.
Exactly.
You know, like sure, this is an amazing feat, but like it just keeps you, like I said, grounded to like the world around you, not just what you see.
And what's really good, which, you know, I admire, you know, people like you that do that because in the long run, you might never know, but, you know, one of those families that you helped, you know, those kids could become something, you know, it could have been the next president, you know, the next mayor, the next person to find a cure for cancer, something like that, you know, like
basic kindness though, you know, like I think that's also what it comes down to is like we realize that's what we could do every day.
Yeah,
be kind.
Like to me, I kind of like see it like in a way like you're giving away potential to kids that wouldn't have it, like otherwise. You know what I mean?
I get a lot of people talk trash to me, like because sometimes I record it, you know, just to show people what I'm doing and things like that, and they're like, well, "You're not supposed to record these and stuff," but I'm like, if my kids ever grow up and I'm not here anymore, they see that. Maybe they'll pick up after me.
Dude,
or other kids.
Yeah. Like,
or, you know,
like you're not putting it out there to like show that you do a good deed. You're putting it out there to give an example of what people could do.
Exactly. Especially, you know, like, people that have the money.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that. They sit there and they'll walk right past people that probably really need the stuff, you know?
Yeah, dude, for sure. That's definitely important. And I think that, like, yeah, for sure, like Misa said, like congratulations to you for doing that. Like, that's really important. And it's cool that like you understand and that we should all understand that like you have to give back to the community that you come from. You know what I mean? Because it, you know, it affects you like in every single like aspect of your life, like where you grow up, like the places around you, the people around you,
and then the career that he's doing, you know,
yeah,
like,
and then
fighting for El Paso,
being able to go out and fight, or being able to go start like a podcast
everywhere you go. I mean, your whole outfit just screams out El Paso, you know, 915 represent, you know. So like,
I don't want nobody to think that I'm trying to do it just to, I don't know how to
for the clout, bro.
Yeah, it's not. It's really me. It's really what I like to do.
I feel you on that.
But at the end of the day, like, people are always gonna say something.
There's gonna be people like that,
yeah. And then as long as like your intentions are true, that's it. That's all that matters. You know what I mean?
And I think that's what's like
nobody
crazy
can take that away.
Is
from
like
you.
because we have nephews and like we have a godson and stuff, and I have brothers and I have sisters, and you know, when you think about it's strange to me. It is when I think of future, I think of kids. Right? Because like they're eventually gonna like outlive us and they're gonna shape things and they're gonna shape perceptions and worlds and all that. So then you think about them and you're like, okay, well, I think it's a beautiful thing to be what someone needs and they don't know it, or like you just fill in some way to them somehow, you know, like a big brother, or like, hey, this person showed me this person showed me that. Like it's a very beautiful thing to connect on that level. And I think the more you do it, like the better it is all around. Because then you don't have just one person doing it. You have 4 people doing it. You know what I mean? And it's like it's
like planting the seed.
Yeah,
definitely.
Exactly. And it has this crazy ripple effect because it's like Mother Nature has this beautiful thing where it makes it grow more. You know, so you have that one seed and it turns into a beautiful fucking meadow of all this beautiful kindness, you know? But it's not that simple because people are assholes.
Okay. Let's transition to a lighter topic here. So being that you are born and raised in El Paso, just like all of us are, well, not all of us, most of us, Lenda's the odd one out.
She's been adopted
here.
though.
She's claimed the El Paso culture, so she's good.
Yeah.
So one thing that we are big fans of, as you can't, like, in case you couldn't tell, we're big fans of food here.
Absolutely.
And I just want to ask you, DJ, like, if you have to go anywhere to get one meal that, like, your most satisfying meal, where are you going in El Paso? Like, what's your favorite spot to go to?
I told you.
Really?
I would debate if Pancho's was still open. Since Pancho's ain't here no more, Chico's here.
Are you talking about Pancho's, the Mexican buffet? Yeah. Damn, where you raised a little flag and shit?
Yeah.
At the end.
Bro, you know what? I've never fucking been to Pancho's here, but I went to Pancho's in Albuquerque.
They have one over there?
Well, they had one.
I've never. I'm like, what?
Yeah, they
where?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
There?
Really?
Pancho's is just like a little
Lena belongs nowhere.
Mexican restaurant, but it was pretty fire.
I'm all, where is it at? Looks it up.
Well, they don't, that's the thing. Like he said, they don't have Pancho's anymore.
I'll find it.
You know what I mean? Because like they went out of business. But so you're a Chico's Tacos guy? Okay. You go with the single or the double order?
2 doubles.
Why 2 doubles, dude?
He said I had played.
I'll eat one there and then I gotta take one to go.
Hey. Yeah, extra cheese on the side.
That's like Caesar and what's that place he likes?
Fucking El Cometa. Have you ever been there?
Cometa.
Yeah, dude, I've never been there, dude. It's fire.
Yeah, it's good.
We gotta
That's what I
check it
got.
out.
That's what I got my wife for her birthday. Shout out, actually, her birthday was the 3rd of this month. Shout out to my baby girl.
What year was she born? Whoa. What year was she born? Yeah.
You're getting a little aggressive over there.
Dude, my wife's like, as
She's
time
younger
goes by,
than us?
she's just, no. She looks younger than us, but she was born in 85.
Oh, okay. I was like, we're literally like a month apart then.
No,
But
No, but yeah,
she's
it's
a
like
little
10
older.
years. Lena's like, yeah, no.
All right. So with that being said, we're going to get ready to wrap up this podcast, Misa, and we're going to start doing our funniest things from the internet today. Okay.
Ooh.
Does that sound good to everybody?
Yes, dude. Yes,
No,
because
no.
I picked the best one just because we need to talk about this, and I want to know, Mr. DJ over here, follows football or anything. You know, he's a big fan, dude. Football just started. NFL, first weekend, and dude, I couldn't be happier. I could not be happier than ever. And so I'm gonna go first, dude. And my first funny thing I found on the internet was this meme, and it's this guy watching a football game, and it says like NFL player drops a pass, and it's just me. What a piece of shit. And it's like this fat dude that's just laying on the couch watching the game. And that I think about this every single time because I talk shit every time. Like something that looks so easy on TV, this guy drops a pass or, he doesn't make a first down. And I'm like, dude, what a fucking dumbass, dude. Like, what the fuck?
He just sucks. All he does is
and I'm
suck.
just there like on my boxers.
You're there like
my beer belly.
6 Budweisers in,
dude,
12 like hot wings and some ranch. You're just super out of shape.
Ranch like dripping down my mouth into my chest.
He's drinking the ranch.
All right, Lena, what's your he's drinking the shit. What's your favorite? Okay, this one's mine, guys. So my funniest thing from the internet today. And boy, I love these dog memes, man. They get me every time.
Oh my goodness.
So this one, guys, it's
right?
It's a dog. What kind of dog would you say that is?
It's a pit bull.
It's a pit bull. Okay. So there's a pit bull, and in its paws, if you will, is a brand new newborn baby.
Little baby.
And at the very top, it says, when you thought the baby would change him, and it's just a dog holding the baby. He's still a dog. That was beautiful, bro.
Misa took a second. He's all, yeah.
Dude, that was okay. Lana, what's your funniest thing from the internet?
Oh, of course.
Pizza related, always.
Of course. My number one essential oil is the grease, and it's a picture of a pizza.
A greasy ass pizza.
Yo, that pizza looks like trash, though. For real.
Oh, no.
Look, I don't discriminate against pizzas. And
I mean, I would have still eating it though, for sure. I'm looking at it right now, like, I'll take 4. I'll take 4 slices,
okay, so
please.
wait, you said New Mexico. Where did you spend some time in New Mexico?
I was preseason. I'm a boy.
Have you ever had Dion's?
Are we coming back to Dion's again?
We gotta take it.
And then we're gonna go to steak.
We gotta take it.
Hey, brother, have you had steak
God.
Tito's before? Thank God you've never had steak Tito's.
No, you gotta try it.
Yourself. You saved yourself.
Look,
dude.
okay, watch.
Shut
I
up,
got
Chris.
an
Steak
idea.
Tito's is shit.
He can be our, like, guinea pig in this experiment.
Oh, me too, because I've never had it.
Okay, we'll buy them.
I'm trying to save y'all's life.
We'll buy them a meal at Steak Tito's. They'll go eat it, and they'll review it. They'll Yelp review it. They'll write us a review. How about
I'm
that?
down. I'm gonna be honest. If it's trash, it's trash.
I'm telling you, dude. This guy just keeps saying forever, like steak Tito's, blah,
It's
blah.
good,
It's like
bro.
half and half.
Dude, there's only one steak Tito's left open because they're fucking terrible.
No, what I'm saying is like half people are down and half people are not. It's like Chico's.
There used to be like 12
Half
steak
people are
Tito's
down
all
and
over
half
El
people are
Paso, and
not.
now there's only one because they're fucking trash.
They're not trash.
They're garbage.
You're uncultured swine.
I don't
Dude,
know.
shut up,
I don't
Chris.
know.
Mr. Wannabe Boxer. What happened?
I know.
Hey, at least I had the gloves on, baby. I was out there swinging.
I'm fast.
I was, dude. In my mind, I was moving fast as hell.
Okay, so if not boxing, what else would you want to do, DJ?
Be a business owner, work for myself. You know, I don't know
Right?
what branch I would like to do, but
Entrepreneur.
I would like to,
There
Yeah.
you go.
yeah, something like that.
But being your own boss, like, amen.
Yeah.
Down.
Hey, that's what's up, dude.
Fuck
That's a
it
good
down.
answer for sure. Okay, so as we get ready to wrap up episode 43 of Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, we have to do what we usually do with our guests is ask them 5 random questions. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do, guys. Is everybody ready for this? DJ, are you ready for this?
Make sure they're the most random shit ever, right?
Some of them are pretty random. Some of them are pretty basic, but I think we'll get a good feel of who Mr. Bonds is on this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to think
'cause
of
I
a
wanna
bonus
know.
question.
Okay, but don't do the generic bonus questions that you
Yes,
usually
please.
do.
Are you really trying to talk to me about
Yes.
generic bonus questions?
Well, the grandma
Slap
one,
my grandma?
Hey, can you guys fight about this later?
yo, the grandma question's a great question.
The grandma one
Hey.
is trash.
Well,
Wait,
because
what? What you said about my grandma?
She likes grandma.
That's fucked up. Yo, keep the shit going before I start a fight.
Okay.
Before I start a fight, dude, because I'm gonna go at it. Let's go! Let's go!
We did funny.
Okay, let's get into these 5.
Yeah,
random
whatever, dude.
questions. Bro, since this has been like the very first in-person podcast we've done since COVID, this shit's been off the chain. It's just been wild.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, dude.
It's
It's
just
all
been
this
hype.
frustration
It's-
that's been piling up.
Yeah.
All the
you know.
podcast frustration.
Okay,
Yeah.
so question number 1, Mr. DJ.
Hey,
What-
Mr. DJ, here's
I'm
question
nervous.
one.
Nah, don't be, bro. They're easy. Like, this one's a layup. What's your least favorite holiday?
Oh,
Oh, that's a good one.
tax weekend.
Right. Black
Actually, that's my
Friday.
favorite weekend.
Least favorite holiday. I guess like President's Day.
The most basic fucking holiday.
Hey,
That's a good,
That's
that's a
actually
good
really
one.
good. That's a
Because
really
all the
good
other
answer.
holidays are actually fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say name some, but
Like Columbus Day, like it's
Fuck
really
the-
not all
fuck
that.
that guy.
Like,
He's lame.
like Groundhog Day. What the fuck is it? Like, you know what I mean? Fuck those
Yeah.
days.
Daylight savings day. Fuck that
Okay.
shit.
All right. So,
You lose an hour now, dude. I don't like that.
Who needs
Okay.
I
Christmas?
think that
yeah, that day sucks too, for sure.
Daylight savings.
All right, dude. So question number 2. And we already covered the charity aspect. So when you answer this question, try to leave the charity aspect out of it.
Okay.
You kind of really want to get
Damn,
to
Chris,
see.
you want to just answer for him already?
No. It's just like
giving them all these restrictions. You can't say this or this.
No. Because when you hear the question, you'll understand why I'm saying this.
Right,
if you had to spend 10 grand in a day, how would you do it? I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Besides charity.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
that's how you should have come about with this question.
Imagine he's like, I'd keep it all. I'd never invest.
no. You have to spend it. Like this 10 grand is there right now, but it's going to be gone tomorrow. So you better spend it.
Okay. There you go. That's the stipulation. You have to spend it in one day.
So
how would you do it?
How are you going?
That's hard.
Yeah, but it's a feasible amount. 10 grand's like, okay.
Well, in a day, too.
Lottery tickets.
But if you could like get an appointment to talk to somebody, or that you already know like what you want to do.
$10,000 worth of lottery tickets. Right?
You gotta win somehow.
And, yeah, it is. And if you don't, that's fucking rigged. I would start a protest about that shit.
What do you think, DJ? $10,000 in a day. What are you gonna blow it on?
Either a vacation or maybe buy like a food truck or something.
No,
That would be a good idea.
What kind of food truck?
Probably tacos, chicos.
Oh, on the
You
go
around town.
But
That
dude,
would be a good idea.
The only difference is, dude, is like you have to be like the ice cream man. You have to keep driving around.
Playing
each corner.
Suavemente.
Suavemente. Bye, my
I'm super
taco.
down. I'm down. I'm working this food truck right now.
I'm hungry already.
All right, question number 3.
I'm getting hungry for sure.
What is your favorite sport besides boxing? Football.
Ooh,
Nice.
Who's your team?
Texans.
Texans.
Hey.
Hey, you guys took an L. Hey, so did I.
They got a tough game coming up next too. The Kansas City Chiefs, right?
That's who we played.
That's who they played.
So who are they
Where
playing
are
next?
you?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I feel like
Where am
I
I?
was like, I'm gonna wait a couple games for
That my ego's kind of hurt.
He's like, the season's over already. Okay, question number 4. And this is a real serious question, but don't think too hard about it because then like you'll get in like your head about it.
Oh shit!
So, question number 4: if you had to be a male stripper, what would your stage name be?
Ooh!
And Cucuy.
There you go. Straight up.
Yeah, but that wouldn't work. Everybody would be scared of you.
What would yours be, Chris? Mine would be like under the bed or something.
Under the what?
What?
Because everybody's scared of under the bed, and then
Yeah, but what?
That
But you're a
doesn't make-
stripper. You're a male
exactly,
stripper.
dude.
They're
No,
You
gonna
gotta
be
be
like,
scared about what's under this.
no, dude. They're gonna be like, "Welcome to the stage, under the bed." Like what? No, that's an awful name.
All right, dude. Whatever. I'll stick to it.
I'd be like Krusty Chris.
Crusty Chris.
Yeah, I don't know.
That does not sound intriguing at all.
Like, I don't know.
You
What would
guys
be
are
your
awful.
What would be your stripper name?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
It's not that tough.
Yeah. Nah, but
Let's find a generic one. You know those ones that they have on Facebook? We're gonna do
What would
it.
be your stripper name? Lisa?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe
Lena, what would be? Oh, you know your stripper name,
Say it.
Lena Star.
Lena Star. God bless.
That's not even what I was thinking.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Okay, look. Let's see.
Okay, so what's your stripper
Okay,
name?
okay,
I can't
okay.
read that. I'm blind.
So
Can you read that?
No, I can't.
it's okay. I got this. You
It's
guys
all
are
the beers I've
overthinking
drank.
it. Okay.
Okay.
So we will do Chris first. First letter of your first name. Star.
Star. Okay. Star.
Okay, and then the first letter of your last name. Ridge. Star Ridge.
Star Ridge. Solid stripper name.
That's an awful
Star
name.
Ridge, dude. That
Okay.
sounds
I
like.
don't
So-
like the Ridge.
so-
okay,
I like
Misa.
that.
Do Misa, and then we'll do DJ.
Misa is princess. Oh,
I like that.
Hey, very fitting for you.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, and then Montreal, right? M?
Yes, Montreal. No, Montreal. That's Canadian.
Yeah, she called you like a city in Canada.
I told you.
She started speaking French. She's like, Misa. What's the last name? Montreal.
She said,
Oh, oui, oui. Je ne sais pas. Oui, oui.
I felt so confident too.
She said about 3 hours.
Did you see the way she like said it? She like Montreal. She's like right at it. No, dude.
Okay.
Whatever.
Oh shit!
I can't even see.
Beautiful. I love it.
I'm crying. Okay, Ridge again. Princess Ridge.
Princess Ridge. Okay, and then
We should do like.
do D and B.
That's
for DJ
such a
here.
shitty list.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Diamond.
wow,
Ooh.
flexing.
Wow.
That's been the best one.
You're already flexing on this, bro.
Damn.
Oh, and Bond, right?
Yeah.
Diamond Horn.
Hey,
Okay, so
Diamond
let's-
Horn.
Bro, that's a fire stripper, dude.
Okay, look, let's do yours. Star Sizzle.
Star Sizzle.
Because that's L. It's above.
Okay.
And then let's do Misa's the one below.
Star Sizzle.
Princess Kiss.
Hey.
Kiss.
That's good, dude.
Kiss, kiss.
That's very fitting for you. Okay.
Kiss, kiss.
So those-
What's mine?
Those are our stripper names. What's yours, Lena?
Princess.
Bullshit. Princess bullshit.
Princess Shock.
Princess Shock.
Shit.
Terrible.
That's what
Terrible.
I'm saying.
You'd be
I
shocked.
like Lena Star better. Okay, last question. Okay, last question, DJ. And this is another serious one, so really think about it. Have you ever been in love, sir?
Oh, we haven't had a deep thought like
That's
this.
a deep
since
thought.
Pat.
That's a deep thought.
That's a
right there.
fucking yeah. We gave relationship advice on this podcast one time, but now
That's
we
a
want.
good one. That's
Yeah, he's
Pat.
divorced now. Right? I think so.
No.
No, he's not. I'm
He's
just
actually having a baby, so maybe that advice.
Yeah,
helps.
he knew exactly what he was doing.
kidding. I
He's
gotta
got
get
a
a
whole
baby with
family
this and
now.
a baby.
Oh, stop it.
So have you ever been in love, Mr. Bonds?
I think so.
Yay, that's a good answer.
Wait. What do you mean you think so, though?
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of different definitions of love. Or people look at it differently.
You mean like,
But I can
Okay, that makes sense. yeah, the way you define it and the way I define it would be different.
A little bit different.
Yeah, I got
You know
you
what
for sure.
Okay.
Well, I think it's
So
a
he's
beautiful
almost
thing.
been in love. That's good. That's
Yeah,
better than,
like I would hope you would
that's better
experience
than not
love.
being in love. That's like
even
almost.
if it didn't work out the way you'd want, like, because
You're
that's like a friend of mine. She did not have it turn out the way she wanted, but
What happened? What happened, Lena? Tell us.
she was
I
very
wanna know what
positive
What's her
in the
name?
sense that
Yes.
no,
I'm just kidding.
just the what did she say? Oh, the fact that she loved, like that feeling. It's a saying. It's
Oh, it's better to
yes.
like,
He didn't even say
Love.
anything. What's yes? What?
It's better than to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. Or
Thank
something.
you.
Yeah, whatever that
that's
is.
deep.
That was deep, right? That was balls deep.
I know.
For real.
Okay,
I mean,
so,
I think it's important to experience love in whatever shape, way, or form.
okay, so DJ's
I don't
almost
think that's
been
a
in
good
love.
thing.
No? Why?
Because it actually makes you sick.
What? Love does?
Yeah,
It can,
like
dude.
anxiety and all kinds of crazy stuff. Like, man,
Well, okay,
I don't
well,
want-
wait
I
a
don't
second.
know
Wait a
about
second. I don't. Well, this took a very dark turn.
He said love makes you sick, bro.
Yeah.
Call 1-800 if you're in love for help. Don't do it. Call. There's help.
Yo, if you're catching feelings, brother, call this hotline.
You're feeling a temperature.
1-800.
Catfish.
No love.
Yeah. No love.
I mean,
It ain't real.
yeah.
Oh shit.
It ain't real. What
Okay.
it ain't real.
All right, guys. So let's wrap up this podcast. Episode 4.
No, you know what, dude? No, I gotta ask you. Would you slap my grandma for $1 million?
Oh, for the love of God.
I knew you were gonna ask that.
Probably.
Hey!
Yeah.
That's an honest question
I'm a
because
prize fighter.
I let her hold my belt after, give her a couple of grand after.
He's like, I'm a prize fighter. Anytime I swing,
She'll
it's for
forget
money.
about it anyways. Yeah.
You know what?
Okay, guys.
I think I'd do it.
All right. So
We know you
Yeah.
would, Lena. You've done it already, I'm sure. I'm sure you
episode number 43, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Thank you once again, Mr. Bonds, for joining us today. and hanging out with us this whole time.
Yes,
I had a great time. What are your final thoughts on the podcast today, man?
That was great. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay motivated.
Stay motivated.
Hey, man, you're going to keep us motivated, man. You keep going. You keep doing your thing. We'll keep doing our thing, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, we'll follow you for sure.
Thanks, man.
Hell yeah.
We'll be your groupies.
Lena, final thoughts on today's
Likewise.
podcast. Final thoughts on today's podcast.
My bad. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, thank you for sharing your time with us. I know you have a lot going on. Like, I can only imagine what it's like to train and all that. But thank you for showing us a part of your life and a passion that you love. It's great. Like, I'm very glad that we got to spend this time with you. So hopefully you're back again.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You got anything else, Misa?
Yeah. It's just a big shout out to you, man.
Yeah,
To
for sure.
the welterweight champ and Cucuy. Dude, thank you so much for being here, man. Probably nothing against our other guests before, man, but the one guest that I was really looking forward to after we found out that we're available, we're able to get you in.
For sure.
But thank you, man. You're a big inspiration, dude. A big you're what El Paso is defined. You know, when you say that's an El Paso and that right here, man. Thank you, dude. You represent all the way, dude. I appreciate you. Good luck in your career. Everybody listening, make sure to look them up. Make sure to stay safe and stay fresh, guys. Thank you.
All right, guys. Episode 43, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Once again, shout out our boy, Mr. Bonds here. Go follow him on Facebook. Go DJ Bonds. Go check him out. Give him a follow. Support the people who support the podcast, guys. We do appreciate that. Before we go tonight, guys, make sure to go check us out on YouTube. Give us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. What that does is it helps us get on the trending podcast boards, and it helps us get more viewers. So shout out to you guys for that. Shout out to Evan Carter for helping put this together.
Shout out Evan, dude.
Check out his episode 42 of Conversing with Chris and Misa. Mr. Bonds, thank you one last time. And with that being said, guys, episode 43, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. We are...